Because wonderful Alexa blew up less than a year, awesome, or DoorDash, awesome. That's their journey. It has nothing to do with us. We can be inspired by them and grow. So what? I'm a slow starter. I've always been slow with a lot of things. I hate to say it. My piano channel. Hi everybody, Jim here. Welcome to Gen X Jim. Yes, you're at the right place. I did call it Creator Assist for a while, but then I said, you know, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm 53. I'm Jim. I'm just gonna lay it out there and put that title there, because right now I'm talking about my journey as a creator. And on this channel, I've just started out, but I've done YouTube for some time. And I really, as a teacher my whole life, I really like to share my journey and share what I've learned, because sometimes I take the hard route and I learn the hard way. This question came up, and I'm going to be honest. This question about how long does it take to build an audience? So there's not a perfect answer. And if anyone says it's going to just take 6 or 7 months, that's crazy, because one, I don't know the niche. There are so many variables. And that's one thing I want to say right away. Before we go to the learning room, I have a little learning room and I'm going to share some thoughts and words. YouTube is not it's definitely a strategy, but it's not one size fits all. There's a lot of abstract stuff going in there, and meaning the whole content journey, all the hats we wear. I think what's hard for us humans, we have our whole life been told a timeline. You know, you go through school, high school, maybe a trade school, whatever, college, and these are the steps, and this should happen. And really, YouTube is not that for me, of what I've learned. Like, first time ever in about 5 years, my other channel's taking off. And when I say taking off, I don't really mean money. I mean people commenting. I had so many months, actually probably years, where it was crickets. And that would bring you down, you know, or people would click, but then they would leave. Kind of like this new channel. There's only a few of you left probably watching this because you don't know me. So I need to, before we go to the learning room, I really would suggest, this is for newer creators, and I know this is cliche and you've probably heard this a lot, but there is a benefit to just put yourself out there and start, no matter what. Just start and keep at it. And you might have some haters, but don't even worry about that. I swear, I know it's hard. I just had my first real hater this week on a smaller channel. It was just like, okay, so let's talk about narcissist. You get thick skin and you just block them. But in general, the 99% of people I've met are awesome. People don't mind seeing someone trying and maybe falling on their face and getting up again and trying. That's what I'm doing. And to be honest with you, I love it. I love the challenge. I love the creativity. But before we go to the learning room, I don't have a number how long it takes to build an audience, because I don't think it ever stops. You want to build connections and community with people. And that's why I said you gotta start recording. So let's go to the learning room, and I'm just going to share some thoughts about concepts and an audience and all that. And I want to do some other videos like this because I think it's really important. Because one of the things I've noticed is there's some great advice out there that I've learned from, but there's also just like a one direction thought, and I get worried about that. And I also get worried about, because I fell in this trap, and I still do in a way. But actually, at this point, I'm kind of like, just go with it. Life's short. But we got to be careful of the comparison thing. Just because wonderful Alexa blew up less than a year, awesome, or DoorDash, awesome, that's their journey. It has nothing to do with us. We can be inspired by them and grow. So what? I'm a slow starter. I've always been slow with a lot of things. I hate to say it. My piano channel, 20,000 subscribers. And that's been, I had a failed channel, but in general, 5 years. Oh well. So we just got to keep everything in mind. You'll keep doing it if you love it. So we're going to go to the learning room right now. All right, everybody, welcome to the learning room. And I am going to share some thoughts and words that come to mind when we're building an audience. Not going to touch upon everything because it's quite a big list, kind of like a treasure chest in a way. All right, so you better brace yourself because I got some intense drawing to do. Just kidding. So I'm going to bring up this word, and I really think words are the key in regards to how to build an audience. But before building an audience, you have to know, yes, why. And we've heard that maybe. If you haven't, well, you're hearing it now. But the why thing, it's really for two things. It's one for you, okay? Yep, that's me. And then there is the why for your audience. All right, so that's right. We'll give you two eyes and a nose. All right, so yes, right away, if you're enjoying my stick figures, oh my gosh. But seriously, I planned this just now. The smaller is me, okay? And the bigger is the audience. All right, wow, these markers are smelling. Woo! Oh my gosh, too bad we don't have smell-o-video. You could smell through this. Now, I do have this bigger because the next part for the audience is, who knows? You gotta be consistent. I'm kidding, I just hate that advice. All right, you obviously need to be consistent, but value. All right, value. So right now you're listening to this 53-year-old guy, like what's he talking about? All right, the why is, why do you do it? And for me, I love meeting different people. I love digital content. I love the arts. I love the technology. And I love the challenge. And also, I like building value for the audience. And the value could be a bunch of things. One of them is have an idea, share it. Be confident. And if you're not confident, the viewer will know that. And if they know that you're new to this, depending on who they are, they could be kind, but you want to think about what value you're going to bring to each video. Okay? And each video, it could be something simple as far as storytelling. I'm going to put ST here so we don't stay all day, but telling. We want to think about how we want to tell the story, or what are you going to show, okay? And these two can go hand in hand. I find that pretty well on my piano channel. In fact, it just comes organically because I've been doing this for a long time. So I'm showing something and then I'll share a story about a student, and then that is value. You are putting the audience first. That's why they're bigger. And it's true. You know, I was recording yesterday and I was doing really beginning stuff. And I'm thinking about, if someone was in the room, how am I doing this? I want to make sure that I am, another word, we're going to go with the blue here. All right, we want to make sure that we can relate, be relatable to them in any such way. So as I'm scribbling on this board and smelling this intense marker, woo, you need to make sure, well, I'm not actually trying to be relatable and say that you should smell markers. I'm just getting goofy here, but I'm just speaking like you're in the room. I'm not like, hi guys, today we're gonna do this and that. Actionable steps are great, but you need to be who you are. And so it goes back to the audience. How do we do that? All right, let's see how much room we got. For me, and this is Jim's world, okay, Gen X Jim, I'm not saying you have to go overboard with this, but how do we get to an audience? How do we provide value? Okay, how do we become relatable or relate to the audience? All right, two things that come to mind. One, record a lot. All right. And if you slow down the editing, you'll be a happier person. Now, you're going to hear a lot of different mixed reviews on this. Go right ahead, do the deep dives, and listen to tons of people. Get confused. Kind of kidding. But for me, recording a lot does a few things. One, it gives me data, and I'm all about that. Two, I get skills. And just these two alone is helpful. Three, building an audience. And don't be crazy. Don't like say, oh, I got to record 3 times a week, even though I'm going to be a miserable person and you're not going to be happy with your life. Just do what you got to do to record. Set things up. See it as a job. If you record on a regular basis, all of this will become easier. I promise. How long does it take to get an audience? You know, me being a musician my whole life, Some of my audiences have had only 5 people there, okay? And they were awesome. They were really into it. So when you do have a video, or my new channel, I have less than 100 subscribers. If you only have, let's say, 25 views, 25 views, kind of sucks, right? Well, does it? Because maybe you got 2 comments. Maybe you got a thumbs up, okay? Just put an upvote. That is really good stuff. And the other thing, it's more of like a coaching tactic for yourself on how you want to do this. So if you just clicked on this part, you're going to be terribly confused. So to recap, the why is, why do you want to do it? Because if it is about money, then just go ahead and get an application to McDonald's. Because I've been doing this for a long time and I'm finally making some money. Nothing to write home about, but it is nice to see some money come in to pay off bills. So I've been doing this for a good 5 years. And then I put the audience first. I make them bigger. Keywords. Why is for you. Why should the audience watch you? All right. Why should they watch you? You've got to keep thinking about that. Value. What are you going to bring to each video? And you want to relate to people. You want to be relatable. And you need in your video somehow storytelling, show, combine them. There's many more things, but start off simple. Record a lot. And I do think YouTube is in this different mode right now. And I'm putting a box here because this is the time to do this. More and more people just want reality. And that's where the relatable comes in, okay? Relate. Just be yourself. And honestly, if someone doesn't like you, good, bye, because that's just how it works. We're not here to win everybody. And then the other thing is, if you record a lot, I get data, I get skills, building an audience, the smiley face or something else. That is so important. All right, let's go back to the sitting room, the relaxation room, if you will. Why? Because I said so. Hope you guys liked this video. I enjoyed making it, and hopefully it helps some of you. If it did help, here we go. Hit that like button, and if you're still here, that means you really enjoyed it, so definitely consider subscribing. Take care. Bye for now.